Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Miriam Gennari.
And my name's Adele Kuo.
Hello, ladies, and my erstwhile co-anchor is on vacation for a couple of weeks, so I have some very capable fill-ins over here.
If that's what you want to call us.
Nice to have you both here. Let's see, we have our News and Community Bulletin Board, CBB.
That's right.
As usual, and also we have Adele with
It's Easy Being
Green. Our favorite reviewer, Rich Massabny, is here with his reviews on restaurants and theater and a whole lot more. Miriam, then News for Seniors, of course, and then Miriam has an interview tonight.
Excellent interview.
Tell us about your interview.
Well, I'll tell you about it. I'm gonna make you wait.
Okay, excellent.
You too.
A little teaser there.
And we don't
We'll
want
wrap it up with Miriam's interview, but before we begin, here's a reminder.
You can watch the Arlington Weekly News online, YouTube at www.youtube.com, Arlington Weekly News, and the number 1. And on Facebook at facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. And
Excellent.
now on to the news.
And now on to the news. Here we go. Well, there was a dramatic police chase that ended with a series of car accidents in Crystal City on Friday evening, the 12th of July. U.S. Park Police chased a car containing 3 men from the district into Arlington. In Arlington, the police car was broadsided by a Jeep. The fleeing vehicle slammed into a gas pump. A driver of another vehicle who was possibly distracted by this whole thing crashed a few blocks away, and another police car crashed a few blocks further down the road. This chain of events started just before 8:30 p.m. near the intersection of Jeff Davis Highway and 23rd Street South, 25th Street South, and South Fern Street, and also around Jefferson Davis and 20th Street. 2 of the 3 suspects in the fleeing car were apprehended, one of whom also dropped a gun. Despite assistance from the police helicopter, the 3rd man is still at large. If you have any information about this incident that may help police, give them a call at 703-228-3000. Miriam.
Thanks, Craig. A few weeks ago, we reported on a Washington Lee High School student who died tragically in a skateboarding accident. There's been an unusual development associated with that situation. Family and friends of the 18-year-old John Malvar were scheduled to have a memorial service on Saturday, July 13th. However, some attendees grew concerned when the young man's father didn't show up. Several friends visited his home, and after having a maintenance man unlock the door, they discovered John's father, George. He was dead in his bed. After learning of the second death, the memorial attendees decided to continue with the service for his son. George Malvar died of natural causes. Sad news. Craig?
That is a sad story. All right, continuing now with our news. The county board has approved phase 4 of 5 of the Metropolitan Park project. This project is to transform a warehouse area into the largest residential and retail high-rise in Pentagon City. It's part of the Pentagon City Phase Development Site Plan, or the PDSP, to change the industrial part of Pentagon City into a more walkable, transit-oriented residential and shopping neighborhood. To learn more, visit the county website, scroll down to the item number 42 on Saturday, July 13th, 2013, regular county board meeting. Make sure to try to attend that meeting if you can.
Well,
Miriam.
And even more good news here for Pentagon City. There's some foodies and health nuts who are going to get excited to know that Whole Foods is coming to Pentagon City. And it's a key feature of the Metropolitan Park project and will be housed inside a 22-story apartment building at 1200 South East Street. Craig?
All right, Arlington's role in Sharknado. Some of you may have heard the term Sharknado, tossed about recently. It's the name of a campy, low-budget, made-for-TV movie that's recently gained popularity on social media. And it apparently has some Arlington connection. One scene clearly shows an Arlington police cruiser and fire engine although we don't know whether this was just stock footage or some exclusive location shots. In addition, the film got attention for the number of tweets of the movie while it aired, including notable Arlingtonians Chuck Todd of NBC News and Delegate Alfonso Lopez and Delegate Rob Krupica. The Sci-Fi Network film stars Tara Reid from American Pie, Ian Ziering from original Beverly Hills 90210, and John Hurd from Home Alone. So stay tuned. There may be more information on that one.
How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
But there's some other cool stuff going on because it's time for It's Easy Being Green with Adele Kuo. Adele, tell us, what have you been working on for us?
Well, thanks, Miriam. That's a great lead-in. It's easy being green, choosing a permeable driveway and walkway. When I first met Judy and Jack Hadley to discuss their landscape design ideas at their new home under construction, like most clients, their perception was that we were going to discuss plants, the native plants. After reviewing their construction blueprints and pointing out the architect and engineer proposed the driveway as pervious, but the walkway would still be impervious concrete. Further, it was a plain, 3-foot wide, builder's grade walkway in the shape of a standard L. Judy and Jack were open to their options. Why build this fabulous chalet-style home with grand windows and tall gable and not also upgrade their walkway to a pervious one that would connect and match their driveway and reflect the new home's architecture? Even a small change in width, shape, and pattern makes all the difference in curb appeal. The new walkway mimics the lines of the roof to provide design unity and widen to 4 foot for more comforting and welcoming feeling to entering their new home. Further, the paver pattern highlights the architecture's strong contemporary lines and provides a unique entryway. Thus, bringing a landscape architect earlier into your building process helps to connect your home's interior with its exterior. Plus, a sustainable landscape designer not only creates beautiful green outdoor living spaces, but they can help their clients distinguish their residential yards with landscaping that improves health, well-being, quality of life, while conserving our natural resources and managing rainwater wisely. Judy and Jack were already committed to smart strategies for a water-thrifty landscape. They understand to treat rainwater as a valuable resource and prevent polluted stormwater from running off their urban property by installing a permeable driveway. Adding the permeable walkway wasn't just for curb appeal, but changing all their hardscapes to pervious increases the amount of rainwater to filter naturally into the ground and replenish underground water supplies. And by helping to prevent runoff from their property, they are helping to protect their community from drainage and flooding problems, and they are helping to protect our local streams and Chesapeake Bay from erosion and the pollutants carried by stormwater. So remember, it's easy being green when choosing pervious alternatives to concrete or asphalt for your driveways, walkways, and even your patio areas.
Adele, that is an excellent report. Thanks so much. It's easy being green when you're an environmentalist who loves sustainability.
Pervious. What's that pervious stuff made of?
It can be any material that allows the rainwater to seep through.
So that's
even
the key,
hair.
to have that, let the water seep
Hopefully
through.
not hair, but that's a lot of hair. But
Good idea. Great report, and thanks, Adele.
thank
We
you.
appreciate your efforts. Okay,
Absolutely.
here we go, marching right along now. On this edition of the Arlington Weekly News, here's our CBB, or Community Bulletin Board Files. Here are some events in Crystal City that we'd like you to know about. You can picnic on the green at 1851 South Bell Street near Crystal City Metro Station and watch a free, FREE-free blockbuster movie. This year's Crystal City screen theme is Blockbusters, where you'll get the opportunity to watch classics like The Wizard of Oz, Jaws, and Forrest Gump. Don't get no better than that. This Monday's movie is A Beautiful Mind. And then on Monday, July 29, you can watch Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. The following Monday, August 5, it's The Help, starring Emma Stone and Viola Davis. So those movies coming up every Thursday. Do you want to do this one?
Oh, sure.
Why not? Miriam,
Every
sorry.
Tuesday.
Oh,
All right.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday
How about
until
Tuesday?
November 19th.
Sorry.
The Crystal City Fresh Farms Market will bring produce from over 20 local farmers. You can find seasonal fruits and vegetables, fresh cut flowers, container plants, and herbs, farm-raised eggs, all-natural meats, artisan baked goods, specialty goods, and much more. Celebrating its 5th year, the market has been relocated this year to directly across the street from the Crystal City Metro Station on the plaza between 241 and 251 18th Street South. The market is open from 3 to 7. I was by there the other day. It is booming.
That's good news. Love those local markets. Excellent. Okay, here we go with some volunteering opportunities now. Arlington County Central Library needs a volunteer to provide a welcoming presence for customers at the first floor entry area. This volunteer would greet people and direct them to the appropriate service desk, encourage and demonstrate the use of self-checkout, and assist and train customers to check their library accounts, sign people up for the public PC, the computer on the first floor, and troubleshoot copier issues. Boy, there's an extreme value right there. For more information on this volunteering opportunity, 703-228-7688. Miriam.
Thank you, Craig. And now a little bit more library news. Westover Library needs a circulation desk volunteer. This job includes searching for items someone wants to pick up at another branch, looking for misplaced items, preparing items to be sent to another branch, and unpacking items sent from another branch. Thursday and Friday morning shifts are open, and they could use your help. Call 703-228-7688. Be a good volunteer.
Absolutely.
Craig.
All right, more volunteering opportunities. The Volunteers of America Residential Program Center is looking for a passionate individual with experience in gardening to help create a garden for the center. The ideal candidate would be willing to tutor some of their clients in gardening skills. Time commitment is flexible. Sounds like a good one if you're a gardener. For more information, 703-228-0017 if you'd like to help with that gardening opportunity.
A lot of great volunteers
Really,
for
get out there and volunteer.
here in Arlington.
Okay, we'll be back with our News for Seniors file right after we hear from our man about town for theater, the arts, and a whole lot more.
Oh, that's okay.
Mr.
Thank
Rich
you. Thank you
Massabny.
very much.
Here you go, Rich. You're
Take it
on.
away.
See, is this the camera? This the camera? Okay, I got to know where I am at all
That's
times. Signature Theater has an interesting short-run musical called Spin. It's based on a South Korean film, believe it or not, but it's Americanized, and then it's going back to play in South Korea. Brian Hill and Neil Bertram composed the words and music, American guys, and then they lived in Toronto, all that. But the thing is now in upstate New York. It's about a young guy in his 30s, 37 to be exact. James Gardner's playing that. He discovered he's a father and a grandfather. It'll work it out. He'll tell you later. Evan is on the outskirts of showbiz, and to make life, he has to make decisions. It's nice, but there's actors in this thing that are well known in this area, especially at the Signature Theater. For example, Carolyn Cole plays McCullough. She's involved in this father-grandfather thing. Erin Driscoll plays in this Allison. She's actually married to James Gardner, the guy who's the 30-something guy who's the father. That's a long story, but I want to tell you something. There's some heavyweights in it, like Harry Winter. He's wonderful. Anyway, there's lots of dancing, and Bobby Smith. You know who Bobby Smith is?
I know Bobby Smith.
That's right. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I know
and
Bobby
he's
Smith.
terrific, and dancing and everything.
Army Band alumnus, I
That's
believe.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, for tickets, call 703-573-SEAT, or check the website signature-theater.org. Now, if you're looking for crazy, go no further than the Studio Theater. They're doing the Rocky Horror Show, and the show combines cross-dressing, a mad scientist, Dr. Frank Furter, played by Michael Jarvis, he's a star thing, and a naive young couple, Brad, and then his girlfriend Janet, and they're caught up in this psychosexual world of deviance. I don't know why I'm laughing, but but I think it's a funny show.
That just happened to be just last weekend.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's
Anyway,
easy for
studio,
you to
they're
say.
playing through August 4. I don't know. When I say psychosexual, it makes me crazy. Anyway, 202-332-3300 or check the website, studiotheater.org. And now Woolly Mammoth Theater, they've got Second City. You've heard of Second City out of Chicago for years.
Yep.
Well, they got a thing called America All Better. And they're doing a bunch of skits. There's 3 guys and 3 gals, and they do a bunch of skits. They're wonderful, really funny stuff. They're very funny stuff. I don't know. If I have time, I'll come back. I'll tell you one thing that broke me up. Okay, anyway, you can call 202-393-3939 for Woolly. Check the website, woolymammoth.net. Okay. Last Friday, I went to Wolf Trap. I like to go at least once a season there, and I had a lovely buffet dinner at Ovations. You ever do that before the show? You have, Bill? Okay, it's an open air restaurant on the grounds of Wolf Trap. For this conductor, Emile Ducoup, he's a favorite there, led the audience through the glorious Carmina Burana by Carl Orff. It's a mammoth production. It's composed of poetry and songs of love. It's wonderful. And the National Symphony. And there was 3 soloists. Ducoup opened up the program with the rich pictures of an exhibition by Migorsky. Check Wolf Trap's exciting season at the Fine Lane Center by looking at wolftrap.org or call 1-877-WOLF-TRAP. And finally, I touched on eating a buffet dinner at Ovations. Well, it's wonderful dining in this tent thing, open air on the sides and everything. So anyway, they've got now strictly a buffet. They used to have a la carte and buffet. Now they got a Big Don buffet, and it's part of the Capitol Restaurant Concepts managed by Ted Robles there. An extensive buffet and a full bar, all kinds of fancy, funny drinks. They have a beef carving station, they have potatoes, mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts, fried chicken, fish, all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun at Ovations, and so if you're going, you ever go to Wolf Trap?
Oh my
I've
goodness.
been to Ovations.
Okay. Go to the restaurant
I've been
first.
to Ovations, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
You can go there before and after the performance as
Not
well?
after, no.
Just before?
Yeah, before. But
Okay,
they
I
got a
didn't know if you
place
could-
later. You got to be a club member
Oh,
or a
all right.
celebrity like myself.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Yeah,
Okay.
To go.
So they got a full buffet.
Listen, I want to make sure we have time to hear more
Oh,
about Woolly
okay.
Mammoth.
Okay. Woolly Mammoth wanted to say, how much time we got? We got a little bit or I can't? They say I don't have time, so you have to wait. I'll tell you next week about
Too much information.
Yeah, okay.
Well, thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
it
That was
rolling.
an excellent report.
Yeah.
We appreciate your efforts. Thanks, Rich.
Okay.
Okay, as promised now, moving right along, I have to get my News for Seniors glasses. Here we go, our News for Seniors segment. Here we go. Culpeper Garden Senior Center, oh, that looks better, is hosting an interactive program about the city of Philadelphia at 11 in the morning on Wednesday, 24 July. The program will explore the city's geography, current cultural calendar, and architectural designs. A special guest will be Bahram Azal Daftari, director of the Philadelphia Fine Arts Society. Some of Philadelphia's famous foods will be part of the presentation. You don't want to miss that. For more information and to register, 703-228-4403. Miriam.
Thank you, Craig. Arlington County Police Officer James Joyce will meet seniors and caregivers to discuss Project Lifesaver, a program designed to aid in incidents of dementia patients wandering away from home. The program will take place Wednesday, the 25th at 11 a.m. That's July 25th at 11 a.m. at the Langston Brown Senior Center. To register for this free program, call 703-228-6300. On to sharp minds,
Really
Craig.
sharp minds. These things really work. All right, new advances in neuroscience are shedding light on what it really takes what it takes to head off cognitive decline. Senior adult specialist Nancy Connors will discuss things that science says a mind needs to do to stay sharp. This is happening Friday, July 26, 1:30 in the afternoon at Aurora Hills Senior Center. For more information and to register for this FREE free program, call 703-228-5722. Miriam.
Very important to stay sharp. Thanks, Craig.
I try.
More than 4.5 million seniors have dementia. Older adults have the highest incidence of depression and suicide. Patricia Sands from the Medical Team Incorporated will discuss these conditions along with interventions and possible treatments. The event is on Wednesday, July 24th at 1:30 at the Aurora Hills Senior Center. To register for this free program, call 703-228-5722. Craig, that's good to know.
And as always, thanks to Judy Massabny of OSAP for helping us out and sending us these announcements. And now coming up is Miriam in her interview. You want to tell us a little quick something about it?
Well, I'll just tell you that everybody get ready to watch your dad. It is Peter and Lily's dad. Sorry. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. And now I would like to invite Michael Renga to tell us a little bit about his work at Covanta, Arlington and Alexandria's waste-to-energy plant.
Sure. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you for inviting me on the program. I'm an Arlington resident. I've been in the DC area for 20 years. This facility is 25 years old, and it's located actually in Alexandria. And it takes all the solid waste that's collected post-recycling and converts it into energy in Alexandria.
Wow, an Arlingtonian who is running an energy plant here in our region. Wow, what an amazing place that we live in. Tell us, how did you get involved in waste to energy?
Well, I guess the start of this is, this actually used to be an old incinerator site from the 60s. And that gives us a little heartburn, that term incinerator, because it implies no air pollution control, no energy recovery. So it's just basically a fireplace, an open pit. That was destroyed in the 60s, and then in the 70s and 80s, both Arlington County and the city of Alexandria were sending their trash to the local landfill down in Lorton. And at that time, the landfills measure how much trash they can put a hole in the ground in, their volume in capacity. The engineers crunched some numbers, and let's say they were going to run out by the year 2000. So back in the mid-80s, 85 to 88 is when this facility was constructed and built. And Arlington County and Alexandria decided, you know what, we don't want to export our trash into another community and have the environmental hazards associated with that. Let's self-manage our own trash. Let's do a sustainable approach to waste energy. And that's how this was started back in the 80s.
So then you watched Back to the Future and you thought the DeLorean, plug it in.
Right. I was a skeptic. I mean, I didn't know what this was all about. I grew up in New Jersey, and I thought all trash was landfilled and mafia was involved, but that's absolutely not true. The fact that you could use this as a fuel source to make electricity it blew my mind. I was like, wow. I did a case study in grad school for environmental engineering, and I felt, you know, I got excited about it. I don't think I'd want to go work for a company I felt was doing harm to the environment. So I was excited about the process once I understood it, and wanted to join Covanta Energy.
Wow, pay attention, students, renewable energy.
Right.
Now, quickly, tell me what Covanta's sustainability plan is. You're in 22 states?
Right.
So
we have 44 facilities in 22 states. Our goal is we support a zero landfill society, and the ultimate goal probably with everybody is a zero waste society. But until we can get there, you have to do something with the trash. So we believe in the 4 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle, and put it in that order, and then recover energy from waste. That's also supported by the EPA. The EPA has a hierarchy which puts us above landfilling. So if you've exhausted those first 3 efforts, reducing the amount of waste you create, reusing what you can instead of throwing out, and then recycling it, and then last but not least, your last resort is the 4th R, recover energy from waste.
that's right, like an energy hero, you're recovering waste. I think that's fantastic. I want to understand, though, you've got to be careful about what you put in the incinerator. So
You said incinerator.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I
A
apologize.
waste energy plant, that's fine.
Waste to energy plant. So there's some things you don't want to burn. What don't
Sure.
you want to burn?
Well, we're a solid waste facility. So first of all, we take household garbage or trash, what society discards as of no value, instead of it decaying in a landfill over time, whether it's food waste, which can decay within 30 days, or styrofoam or rubber. hundreds of years, even 1,000 years. Instead of that being a wasting away in a landfill, that's a fuel source for us. The things that we don't take that are the innocent solid waste, things like concrete and demolition debris, like stones, dirt, concrete. Those things don't put off energy value because they have no BTU value, which is a higher heating value. Other obvious ones, we're not a hazardous waste facility, so we don't take medical waste, drums, chemicals, things of that nature. Those are the kinds of things we don't take, but the rest that goes into the black bin in Arlington County is what we take and convert into electricity. The blue bin is all the recyclables, and that goes to a single stream recycling facility, not to our facility.
That's excellent. So that plan is happening around the country, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you want to kind of display or tell us a little bit about what you have here?
Sure. And as far as the recycling, Arlington County and Alexandria do a great job. They have recycling rates well above the national average of about mid-40s, 45%. Recycling rates nationally are 32%. So there is a concern of like, well, you might compete against recycling, but there's enough trash that we're still throwing out of society, and we do handle that. So this large,
So
crazy.
here's the truck, right?
That's right.
Boom! It dumps the trash in there.
Yep.
Okay,
So this is
then
the
what
trash
happens?
pit. So then a large claw comes down, like at the
I
Ocean
see
City,
it right
Maryland. It's going to pick up a bunch of, instead of stuffed animals, bags of trash, a couple tons at a time, and it's going to drop it in this feed chute. Or this
Oh,
is like
engineers love this stuff. Okay,
Sure.
keep going.
So it's a feed chute, so it just gravity takes over, falls down into the burn chamber. This is a hydraulic cylinder that pushes it onto the burn chambers. Our furnace temperatures are about 1,800 to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Burns really, really hot. The flame zone extends up about 30 feet, and we call these.
Well, you know what I want to know though.
Yeah.
There's some question about metals. Now, where do you pick up metals out of the trash?
Well, metals we recover post-combustion. So
Okay.
people that throw out their bicycles or chains or mufflers or old pots and pans, those don't burn at 1,800, 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. They don't melt or vaporize. So they come out with our byproduct, ash. And on the back end, we recover it with a huge rotating magnet, and we collect and recycle that metal and sell those back to the steel mills.
Oh, so that's wonderful. So you're doing recycling post-combustion.
That's right. We do actually do some recycling at our facility.
Now, before I let you go, I do have a question. I want to ask, what do you think about styrofoam in the waste stream? Do you think that that's a good use of styrofoam energy?
Not for a variety of reasons. It's bad for the environment as well as a business issue. First of all, it's very lightweight. We get paid for the trash on a per ton basis. So it doesn't have a lot of weight, so there's not a chance to make money on it. However, environmentally, it's very bad because as you can imagine, if you took a Bic lighter and try to light that styrofoam, it'll knock you over with the smells. Well, that means we have to work very hard on our back end, on our air pollution control, to scrub those flue gases.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, well, thank you very much for that informative information, and thank you for watching the Sustainable Scoop and the Arlington Weekly News. Hopefully Michael will come back and finish up and see us next time. Thanks again. Thanks, everybody. Understanding I get awfully excited about energy. Thanks to Michael Renga.
Good job. Sustainability is the buzzword.
All the
Gotta
way.
be sustainable. All right, thanks Miriam and Rich and all of you out there for watching this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Have a safe week.
We'll see you on the streets.
We'll be back next week with another edition. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.